working on my second book. This one's entitled, I Got Your Chicken Soup Right Here. And just last quarter, your first class overnight performance was the best ever. Whoa, yeah, you can give it a wee or one wee over there. See, we've got something in common because last quarter my wife told me that my overnight performance was the best ever. Hey! If you're falling out of an airplane, the law of gravity trumps the law of attraction. Hey, that's me, Vinny Verelli, the Goomba Guru in Negativity Management. Every speech I give is customized to the client. I get to know the company and the people. I'll come early and I'll stay late, provided you feed me. And everybody's going to have a good time. Okay, I can see what's going through your mind right now. You're saying this guy don't look like no motivational speaker. Well, let me say this about motivational speakers. There's got to be, what, 1,000 motivational speakers out there? 1,000 different people all saying the same thing, 1,000 different ways to say, get off your butt and do something. And I'm not one of those speakers who's going to stand up here and tell you that you can do anything you want to do. That you can be anybody you want to be, you can get anything you want to get. That's ridiculous. Oh, you know that. I mean, for me, that kind of talk leads to restraining orders. And let's face it, it's a good thing everybody doesn't have lofty goals. Otherwise, who's going to pick up your garbage, flip your burgers, or wash your car? God bless the underachiever. And it may be hard for you to believe that when I was growing up, I wasn't what you would call an overachiever. See, when I was 16, I dropped out of school. Okay, let me be honest with you. When I was 16, I was drop-kicked out of school. She made her way to the back of the class, bada bing, bada boom, ruler of blazing spit and fire. She beat the crap out of both of us, and then she gives us a lecture. She says, you're bums. You've been lucky to get out of the 10th grade. You'll never amount to anything your entire lives. For a nearsighted nun, she had no problem seeing into the future. I often get asked the question, Vinny, what made you decide to become a motivational speaker? More often I get asked the question, Vinny, you're a motivational speaker? You go to a bookstore today, the shelf space devoted to the self-help books is growing at an astronomical rate. It's growing, I believe, at the same rate as the people who are taking Prozac. Let me explain. You buy a motivational book, what happens? You get motivated. Then after a while, you start to lose the motivation. You get depressed. You take Prozac, you buy another book. The paperback edition I have of The Power of Positive Thinking is 209 pages with tiny print. On the other hand, Who Moved My Cheese is 94 pages with big print and lots of pictures. Do you see where I'm going with this? I didn't think so. What I'm trying to say is we don't have time anymore for 12 steps. 7 Habits takes way too long to master because we're living in a day and age when you can manage things bada bing just like that in 1 minute. And to make things worse, we're now using cartoon characters and terrible parables to motivate people. I'm not a highly intelligent person, but I don't need Winnie the frickin' Pooh to tell me how to solve my problems, okay? I don't need mice and little people running around in a maze to tell me how to adapt to change, because first of all, I don't even like cheese. But if I did, you don't touch my cheese, you don't move it, capiche? I am the foremost expert on negativity management. Now you're asking yourself, how did this guy get to become the foremost expert on negativity management? Well, that's easy. I made it up. See, negativity management is the quickest way to get to self-motivation. Now, what is motivation anyway? Motivation is nothing by itself. Motivation is merely a stimulus. It's any stimulus that moves you to take action. It's the actions you take that are important. It's the actions that you take to get things done, and only you can take those actions. That's why we call it self-motivation. Now, self-motivation is just like anything else you do by yourself, except it doesn't affect your eyesight. I can wait. Thought a medical group would get that quicker. I don't know. Remember earlier when I said all motivational speakers pretty much say the same thing? They say, get off your butt and do something. I have got a dent in the side of my head where my father used to go, get off your butt and do something. So we use that as kind of a mantra to make up our simple two-step approach to negativity management. Step 1, get off your butt. Step 2, anybody? See, that's how simple it is. Negativity management teaches us to look at a problem from its simplest perspective and then find the simplest solution. Gross oversimplification of complex ideas. I want you to know that that is not the best book ever written, believe me. But at the time, it was the best that I could do. And see, that's what's important. Not for you to be the best in the world, but just be the best that you can be. And to help you be your best, I've come up with 3 simple tools that you can use. I used to call this the bada bing philosophy. That you can't say bada bing unless you say bada boom. I said, forget about it. I'm going to call it the F factor. Hey, not that F. The 3 F's stand for fun, focus, and fervor. Fervor being an F word that means passion. Some people say, well, why don't you just use passion? I said, because it doesn't begin with an F. First and foremost, you got to have fun. My maxim is, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. Now listen, I'm not saying if you're not having fun, don't do it, because that's quitting. If you're not having fun, find a way to make it fun. If I'm doing something I don't like, sometimes just putting on the right music is all it takes. I mean, the 7 Drawers knew that. They whistled while they worked. All this being said, fun without focus is frivolous. Oh no, another F. The 3rd F in the F factor is fervor. Fervor is that passion where you don't have a passion for what you're doing, you can't possibly do a good job. If you focus like a laser on a task and go at it with all the passion that you have and have fun while you're doing it, oh, there is nothing that can stop you. And if your fun is fulfilling, you'll find your focus, fuel your fervor, and finish in fantastic form. If you can find a way to get more F's into that phrase, phone me. Now get off your butt and do something. Don't make me come back here. Ciao for now. Thank you. So, as you can see, everybody did have a great time. And I managed to get in a little content, too. It doesn't hurt. So give me a call. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. Ciao.